Good morning. Welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Thursday, May 14th. Okay, let's get into the action. Take a look at the S&Ps, which are up 0.39%. That's positive, about 0.4%. We got to like that going into today. I mean, this morning's action is kind of being supported by strong corporate earnings and encouraging comments emerging from that Trump-Xi summit. I mean, one of the key developments out of the China summit was an acknowledgement by China that the Strait of Hormuz should remain open and free, and no attempt by Iran to impose shipping tolls. That plays right into the U.S.'s handbook. So you've got a friend in China when it comes to this Iranian situation. It's a very strong negotiating point. In Washington yesterday, we saw that the Senate confirmed Kevin Warsh as the next Fed chairman. He's supposed to take over tomorrow. On the economic calendar, we got jobless claims. We got retail sales reports coming out. On the corporate front, Microsoft is said to be in talks with its AI startup because they need to move away from their dependence that they have kind of on open AI. So that makes sense. Shares of, meat producers, like Tyson Foods, they're trading higher. China indicates that they're going to import more beef. And, you look at Boeing, Scott Bessent is out there saying this morning that he expects Boeing to get a large plane order from China. And, that stock's up, big this morning as well. What else do we have? The corporate calendar full of shareholders meetings going on today. CVS, Morgan Stanley, Ford, CBOE, JetBlue, and others are holding shareholders meetings today. On the earnings front, Cisco is trading higher. So is CPA, Copa Airlines. We're seeing some gains there. But what's weak is DOCS, DOCS. That's trading lower this morning. But after the bell today, we got AMAT, Apple, Apple Tom. They're coming out with earnings. That could be something. That's something to keep an eye on. Okay, now we're going to take a look over at Europe and see how the European markets are doing. And we're looking at the DAX. The DAX is up 1.44%. You got gains in tech. You got gains in financials. Very positive. The FTSE up 0.46%. Positive. They came out with their GDP data, which was up plus 0.6, which is higher than expectations. But there's a little cautious due to the domestic political issues they have going on there. The CAC in Paris is up 0.93%. Strength in luxury, strength in financials, really helping that market out. Looking over at Asia last night, and you look at the Nikkei. The Nikkei fell 0.98% on the day. Some weak earnings. Reports from metal and mining companies really pulled that market down a little bit. Hong Kong, the Hang Seng finished flat. I mean, it was 0.00. The Shanghai in China fell 1.52% with weakness in tech. But the real focus is was waiting on these meetings with Trump, which are occurring now. So that's all positive. Now we're looking at oil, and oil is weakening this morning. We got WTI down 0.84%. You got Brent down 0.79%. Oil could close under $100 today for WTI. I mean, the disruption in the oil market is not going away anytime soon. However, China's acknowledgement about the Strait of Hormuz, saying that it must remain open with no tolls, and that they have an opposition to Iran having nukes. I mean, that really does help the U.S.'s narrative, and when they're trying to negotiate a peace accord with Iran. So, yeah, that's one less body, and Iran is one of their biggest importers. China gets, I think I saw 92% of its oil from, takes up 92% of Iranian oil. They need to keep that. They need to keep friendly relations there, and China's against it. They need to step back. Okay, now we're talking about earnings news, and we got to start off with Cisco, ticker CSCO. I mean, the stock's up big this morning. We're seeing gains of 16%. They delivered a beat of 2 cents on higher revenue. Everything looks good. It was a positive report. AMAT is due out. Applied Materials, their report is due out after the bell today. Their EPS is $2.68. Expect to move is 7.77%. On the economic calendar, 8:30 a.m. we got jobless claims. 8:30 a.m. we got retail sales. 8:30 a.m. you got import-export prices. These are the key ones that are coming out today. So we'll keep an eye on that. In terms of like expectations, I mean, the jobless claims are expected to rise slightly to 205K from last week's 200K reading. Still kind of showing a pretty healthy labor market. So we'll keep an eye on that when that report comes out. In terms of FANG stock news, Poland is said to be working on a digital services tax that's going to affect Amazon and Meta, what have you. Netflix, they're getting the NFL rights for opening week and games on Thanksgiving Eve. That's all positive for Netflix. In terms of Dow Jones 30 stocks, Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile are launching a joint venture to end dead zones. Positive. Microsoft's LinkedIn division said they're reducing their workforce. Let's see. Boeing's expecting a new plane order. In terms of guidance news, Cisco sees adjusted Q4 EPS coming in at $1.16 to $1.18. Street estimate had at $1.07. Big uptick. Shareholders meeting, CVS, Morgan Stanley, Ford, CBOE, JetBlue, and others. Buyback news, Key Corp, ticker KEY, Kilo, Elvis, Yellow. They announced a $3 billion share repurchasing program. Oma Oncology, ticker OLMA, Oscar, Larry, Michael, Apple. Citibank opens up a 90-day positive catalyst watch on the stock. They also did one on Zenith Biopharma, ZBIO. They put a 30-day positive catalyst watch on that stock. Okay, now we got to move on. We got to talk about our pick of the day. This morning, listen, I like Figma. The earnings are coming out after the bell. EPS is 6 cents. Expected move is 15.6%. Look at yesterday's call volume. 86,000 versus 14,000 on the put side. Very positive. Open interest, 254K on the call side, 155 on the put side. Again, positive. Now, the major brokers are reducing some price targets, but these price targets are still rather elevated, so they still like the stock. So, I think we could do a beat here, but you got to get in at the right price. I'm going to look, I look at the stock this morning. It's trading 1957 to 1977. I got to get in under 19. I have an entry price of $18.90 on the stock. Maybe I'm way off, but that's kind of what I'm looking for this morning. I'm hoping for a little weakness, but we'll have to wait and see how it opens up at. But that's my pick of the day: FIG, Frank India Grace, Figma. Okay, let's move on. Let's take a look at the stock. Let's take a look at the stocks that are moving in the last 15 minutes or so. CoreWeave announces CoreWeave sandboxes. Ticker DIN, Dine Brands approves share repurchasing plan of up to $100 million. Biogen up 8% at 220 after phase 2 Alzheimer's disease data. AstraZeneca got some positive results from their cholesterol trial drug. Cisco expects to recognize at least $6 billion in AI hyperscaler revenue next year. All right, that's all I'm seeing. Okay, now we're going to move on to yesterday's pick of the day, which was ONDS. That's Oscar, Nancy, David, Sam. Listen, it worked out very well. I mean, the fact of the matter is that, the stock opened up at $8.92. I was saying under $9. I was like $8.96. But then it fell to $8.67. So I'm filled and I'm sitting there. Next thing you know, it hit $9.18. The 1%'s there, walk away. But, you look at the stock this morning, I mean, it's already hit a high of $10.29. So we were saying under 9, which it hit. So it's up like 14% this morning. ONDS was a big winner. Got to be appreciative of that. Oscar, Nancy, David S. Big win, big win, big win. All right, traders, that concludes today's podcast. You guys know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.